I'm just going to take a few questions at this point, Catherine. So I'll leave you to raise the questions and I'll respond.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mynoo. A lot of the questions are very similar, so I'm just going to knock out a couple. There's one very lengthy one, so if we have time for it at the end, we'll go there. Question number one was from one of our participants who's actually on the Journey into Miracles right now. We're doing an online program, and this came from them. Given the state of affairs and with many in fear and in desperation, especially with regards to a conspiracy theory that's popping up, how does one navigate the choices when he or she may not have all the facts and is being infiltrated by so much potentially false information? Yes. If you don't know what all the true factual choices are, then how can you make a healthy and realistic choice for yourself?
It's a very, very good question. And some of you may already have the answer for this based on what I've shared. What I would like to say to that is, it's so great to hear all the different facets pointed out by the person asking this question. The unknown is the known. Right? That is just so. So there is a lot of fake news. There is a lot of real news. It could be conspiracy. It could be for real. Whatever it is, what you can do is get certainty behind your choice. Next week, we are focusing on certainty. Get certainty. How are you going to get certainty before you make a choice when there is all this information that is out there and you don't know what the facts are? You know, you can choose your response to that by, like I have chosen, I mean, I keep my finger on the pulse on all of this stuff. And you know, having the ability to tune in, I have a pretty good sense of what is real, what isn't, what's conspiracy, what isn't, and you know, all that stuff. And I choose to operate from a fact that is real to me, which is my heart is beating. That is a song of the heart. And when that occurs, when my heart sings, I know there is a miracle here right now. So I choose to notice what is going on, understand the reality, understand how I'm reacting and responding to it. And I choose to look through my miracle lens by unconditionally accepting what is and look at, okay, what's there right now that I can feel is making my heart sing. That keeps me in a state of certainty. It keeps me in a state of uplifted vibrations. And there's a decluttering that starts to happen. The other thing to know for those of you who are concerned about not having access to all of the facts, stuff that is not real is being revealed. There is nowhere to hide if you haven't already noticed. You know, very powerful people are being shown up for what they're really up to. It's happening around us. Now, you concerning yourself by spending the time trying to decipher what is a fact and what isn't is only going to take away that sense of peace of mind within you. Know that there is a decluttering that is taking place. You know, we have the fire element that's already activated. So we know that, you know, transmutation is available for the planet and it is happening. The air element is active, which blows off any shields that anyone may have in front of them. For a while, the conspiracies might run. For a while, there might be some, you know, confusion about what's fact, what isn't. You choose what is best for you in these circumstances. So my response to that would be, you notice what is going on, and given that you are in this situation where you feel like, oh my God, how can I choose when we don't know what the facts are? Given that you are in this situation, you know, what are the positive aspects that are available to you right now? And you choose from that. That's my response to this question. You are here, your heart is beating, that is certain. It's singing, that means. So there is a miracle here, that is certain. Choose coming from that for you.
Thank you, Mynoo. I love that answer. I want to ask this next one. We asked it last week, but this is specific to this week about choice. The question is, Mynoo, what is your truth meter? Is it you, or do you receive it from above or somewhere else?
So in this human form, my truth meter is really my heart. And it, because I am all about miracles, and a miracle is where something beautiful occurs that makes your heart sing. So if my heart is beating, and I don't go whether it's beating fast or beating slow, anything like that, my heart is beating, it's a song of the heart, miracle is here, that's my truth meter. Right? Now, I like to, and I'm guided to, keep my finger on the pulse to ensure that what I speak about is relatable, and I am to communicate this message to the world. For that, I do go and tap into my inner knowing. I do tap into tuning myself into the vibration of what's being communicated, what's being said. I do all of that. But my truth meter is something that each one of you has access to, which is your heart. It's beating, it's a song of the heart, it's singing. There's a miracle here right now. Choose what that is.
Lovely. The next question is, in choosing, this is a personal question, but I think we can all relate in some way to this because it is about relationships. In choosing, I've been told by my therapist to stop and think about only what I want. Others have started to call me narcissistic, but I'm following the path of putting myself and my needs first. Now what? I feel like there's a double-edged sword.
Yes. And again, it's like, choose to not buy into any stories, that even those that you have created yourself. When you go into the space of choosing that which is the best for you, it's a holistic approach. It's not at the cost of anything else or anyone else. It is what is the best for you, which is really what your therapist is even guiding you, even though she may or he may not use these words. When you choose what is best for you, very rarely is it a narcissistic response. It becomes a narcissistic response if you feel you have to justify it. And if somebody says something, we misunderstand what they're saying as if they're questioning us for having chosen something for us. And then we go justify and we become aggressive. And that's where it may land as a narcissistic response to the person receiving it. And then they say that they use their words based on their own, previous experience of this kind of behavior outside of them. And then we go defend ourselves even more, and we get more and more disconnected. And then we go into this, oh, now what? We're going to talk about certainty next week. So there's a lot of how you get into a space of certainty in those situations will come about. But right now, choosing what is best for you, knowing that when you make you happy, your world becomes happy. Not because I'm doing it better than you, I'm doing it instead of you. I'm doing it because it brings that whole holistic, centered happiness.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mynoo. Okay, so we had a question on the chat. So feel free. We only have time for probably one more question because we definitely want to have Mynoo take us through a process. But as we join on these calls every Thursday, feel free to ask your questions even early on in the chat. So we're here monitoring that. So the question is, it feels like we're in a liminal space between the known and the unknown. Do you think we're now given the opportunity to uncover the true self, self-realization, and uncovering the oneness, knowingness within each of us?
It's happening. It's happening. I mean, this is why I say the unknown is the known. This is not the time to have your foot on two camps. The divine doesn't want you to have known and unknown. No, unknown is the known. That's just so. Now, given that's the case, what is known? You have a physical body, you're breathing, that is known. So come home. You don't have to wait to die to go home anywhere. You are here. You are home. That is known. Come home. And literally everything just slots into place when you do that. Get it. Uncertainty is certain. Change is constant. Unknown is known. And it is in this space, when you get into that space of unconditionally accepting what is, come home to you, nature is showing you how fast it can reclaim itself. Didn't need us to fix it. You can reclaim yourself. You don't need to be fixed because you are whole and complete and completely perfect deep within. You've just forgotten some of these things and the remembrance is kicking in. So thank you all for all of those questions.